Dear student, today it's a very much important portion of transport in plants. I will be seeing. Now I am ready to take one of important process. It's a transport in plant. So already we have been successfully completed the certain areas of transport in plants. The water the percolated water under the soil can also be possible to take the water molecules with the help of the root to top of the leaves. Is having a lot of process. On the basis today, now we are going to see about the active transport. So already we classified the transport into two types. One is passive transport, another one is active transport. So passive transport is a physiological process, no need of energy, no need of external energy, and diffusion process, imbibition process, and some osmotic process also we studied. But now today, now we are going to see about active transport. So what are all the active transport? What is the importance of active transport? How we can decide about which one is active transport? The active transport is the entry of molecule. Entry of molecule. Where it will entry of molecule inside of the plant root or shoot and membrane. So active transport is the entry of molecules against a concentration gradient. So each and every molecules are having their own concentration. So what all the component the molecules are, they can follow, they are all form a concentration. Based on the concentration, the entry of molecules against a concentration gradient. So more concentration of molecules can also possible to enter into the membrane system of plants. Such a wise the active transport is the entry of molecule against a concentration gradient, and it is the uphill process. And it's need energy. Where did it take the energy? The energy is taken only from already stored in all the cells, the ATPase, in the form of ATPase. So active transport is the entry of molecule against a concentration gradient and uphill process, and it's need energy which comes from ATP. Then another one important, the active transport, there is a best example is pump action. Later we would see about the pump action, means what is the pump action and how it is the entry of molecules through pump action inside of the cell. Such important process can also be seen in later. Pump action is the example of active transport. Example, Na plus K plus ATPase pumps. In the active transport, the soil particles also play a major role. The minerals are also play a major role. In the in and around of soil, lot of minerals are accumulate. Based on that molecules concentration gradient, the pump activities will also be promoted with the help of active transport, and they can absorb the minerals through the root particles. Now we can see about plant water relation. All the students, you know everything. The plants particles are, plants of every part of plants are made up of lot of waters. For example, you can see the each and every cell The 70 above 70 percentage of the components are made by water. All the cell cytoplasm and inside of the cytoplasm, the majorly occupied by water. So water is the universal solvent. Water is the universal solvent. There is no doubt at all. What are all that sugar, salt, potassium, iron, what are the everything can be made as a solvent with the help of water. Made as a solute based on the water. So what is the universal solvent? Since most of the substance get dissolved in it and the high tensile strength of H2O will help the ascent of sap. So what is the importance of ascent of sap? The water molecules are absorbed through root to up the top of the plants through xylem. So the ascent of sap is one of the important process in the active transport. So water is the universal solvent and it is dissolved in all the particles and they can make a substance, they can make a solution. Afterwards they can create some potential kinetic energy such a wide as we can see one by one. Initially what I want to give some important message to you. What is the meaning of water potential? So water is playing a major role of throughout the life of plants and they are also play a major role in photosynthesis process, respiratory process, oxidative phosphorylation process and phosphorylation process, reduction reaction, oxidative reaction. Such a huge biochemical activities of the plants can also possible with the help of water. So water is the main component, main universal solvent. It's giving lot of help to the plant. Hence we can see about the first we are giving importance to water potential. You know, I think water is having its own energy. That energy is called a kinetic energy. The kinetic energy will give most of possible of various process in the inside of the plant cell. So water potential is very much important. So this water potential is important process. It has been introduced by two scientists, Slade Tyler and Taylor, in the year 1960. So what they have been denoted, water potential is denoted by the Greek word psi. The symbol is psi and measured in Pascal. Water will move from higher water potential to low water potential. This is the concept. On the basis of water potential, the higher water potential, the water will move from higher water potential to lower water potential. When the water is mixed in the substances, then it can form a solution. So based on that water mixed with the other important substances like calcium, potassium and other ion, it can make some potential and it will also create energy and it will be taken as a importance of water potential. So water potential is determined by, how do we determine the water potential of every part of solution? The water potential is determined by solute potential plus pressure potential. Water potential is denoted by solute potential plus pressure potential. So here we can see that symbol, water potential equal to solute potential plus pressure potential. What is the meaning of solute potential? It gives the effect of dissolved solute on water potential and it can also give some lowers the water potential, and gives value from 0 to negative. So pure water potential is in high value. If there is any mixed or solution, it can form a solution, means it will give the negative water potential. What is the reason? The pure water potential is having higher kinetic energy. If there is any substances are dissolved in it, means the water potential will decrease. Hence we can decide about the water potential is determined by solute potential plus pressure potential. What is the meaning of pressure potential? Increased pressure potential will increase the water potential, and water enter into the cell becomes turgid. So the water can move from one cell to another cell, or one area to another area, one tissue to another tissue. How it is possible? The pressure potential play a major role. The increased pressure potential will increase the water potential, and water enter into the cell becomes turgid. The seed, suppose any kind of seed under the soil completely absorb the water, then it will give some swelling and it will get turgor pressure. How it is possible? Positive hydrostatic pressure called the turgor pressure. Due to the reason of pressure potential, the water can enter into the cell and it automatically becomes bulged in structure or turgid. What is the reason? Because of positive hydrostatic pressure, because of that water potential will increase because of the pressure potential. On that basis, it will also automatically give some turgor pressure. It is the ideal concept. We know the basic concept about what is the meaning of water potential and also pressure potential. When the pressure potential increase, means water will easily enter into, move from one cell to another cell and get inside and form a pressure called turgor pressure. So, suppose we may see in colloidal substance, gel-like substance, the colloidal phase and the colloidal molecules can get some amount of pressure, that is called imbibition pressure. We can also say it is known as metric potential. So, hydrolytic gel-like colloidal molecules, metric potential is also known as imbibition pressure. That's all.